And suddenly these teams where the Johns brothers, I don't want to say look past them, but it's a tendency to, when history has told you, you're almost guaranteed a gold medal.
Yeah, and the confidence with which Smith and Dawson are playing is rising.
Yeah, they've got nothing to lose here.
Dawson sitting backhand, couldn't quite get all the way to the forehand there. And you hate when you have them in trouble not to at least add one to the tally there. They weren't able to do it.
Nice work from Dawson.
Yeah, just the body language from Colin Johns. Look at him there, just not happy.
Shoulders slumped over.
Yes. Just a little hand to paddle tap.
Yes. 3-8-2.
This match needs some juice if you're a fan of the Johns, because it's not there right now.
Ben Johns finding the range finally. You know, up against someone who really wants to take most of those balls out here. Callan Dawson loves to dink and is very proficient. His preferred method is the volley dink.
Yep.
But a great player can certainly find the range to make that difficult.
Could not see it, but gets it back. Oh my goodness.
Oh, it works though. Oh,
tweener.
It's a tweener third shot drop.
Oh, and he goes for ATP.
Oh.
Goes deep.
Just misses.
But maybe the energy of that point can inspire them even though they don't win it. Good job, Dawson, again, just sticking with the program.
If it works,
make them push Colin Dawson back a step or two. I mean, that's what you're going to get eventually. He's going to be sick of it going over his head. But you can't miss thirds when you've got this opportunity.
It's a big play there from Patrick Smith. Capitalizing on some great balls, dropping well below the net. Just 2 points away. Do we even dare speak the name?
Good volley down the line. We'll make them get there on their own. But 4-9, it's now or never time. Get a couple. That one sails just deep, but the strategic willingness of Dawson and Smith just we're playing Ben. We're staying in this cross-court dink, and then we're going to throw it over Colin's head.
Yeah, they sense a little bit of blood in the water. And they have the skill sets to play amazing pickleball.
Without question, and they are.
And all it takes is a team like Ben and Colin to blink. Suddenly we have a different animal on our hands.
Oh. Sitting on it.
692.
And just a tremendous job by Dawson and Smith of these dinks are not attackable.
Yeah,
because that's where you get the Dawson forehand going nuts and then all the wizardry of Ben Johns bringing that backhand. It's just not available.
They're staying so disciplined right now. If they can organize their third and fifth shots, they will have a great chance at game one at least.
And a third miss and a fifth miss at crunch time. See if that
I think
comes back to bite them.
Yeah, the Jones brothers are, I think, are going to start putting their foot on the gas, recognizing their opponent's level has dropped just slightly.
Collin chose not to take the bait of the ball from Pat Smith there. Pat Smith knew off his paddle it was trouble and it was just wide, and the gentleman that he is called his own ball wide before the Johns could even do it.
Sweet.
And we're back.
Very nice play there again from Pat Smith, sliding well to his left, opening up that big forehand.
And set up by the relentlessly effective dinks of Callan Dawson. Great ATP defense by Smith, and here's another lob right in there. One of the few attacks by Dawson.
Okay. And the crowd's getting sparked up.
And Smith and Dawson in that point both chose to attack Collin, and it does not end up paying off.
Since these two started playing together, Ben and Collin, obviously Collin has been the go-to guy.
Yeah.
Again and again and again and again. The game plan has revolved around how you're going to expose him, try to figure out how to attack him. Well, you know, years go by again and again, and suddenly the man has got the kind of hand speed that makes him very unattackable. And it's a real risk. So far, Dawson and Smith have been very wary to do it. They fell off on that one.
Yeah, we heard Pat Smith mention that the dreaded brain fart of the choice, and we talk so much about shot selection, his own words. That's exactly what it was. Collins chose to speed it up there, and they get the ball back. So can they get to 10? Just deep. He can't believe it. There's the wind, because that swing on the other side of the court is well in. He thought it would dip down with the wind helping him, and it just didn't. Ooh. And the footwork just got a little slippery.
That's heartbreaking. They've been stuck at 9 for so long now, and the Jones brothers have been clawing back inch by inch, within one now.
haven't seen much of Ben being able to get into those types of points right there because of that discipline you spoke of. Dawson went with the head fake and then decided to speed it up, and
he's been so patient.
is waiting.
CJ is definitely waiting, and on that note, they call a timeout.
So 9 apiece. Smith and Dawson need to go back to the patient style that was working, that got them the lead. But when things get tight, choices in your brain start to change. We'll be right back after these words. Don't you dare miss the end of this one.
I think it's 120 milligrams. Let me check on that really quick.
It's 125.
Oh, it's 125 milligrams.
UPS or FedEx for this one?
FedEx, they deliver on Saturday. It's 3 minutes on high. It's pound, then the number. Orange evokes energy and vitality. Black shows soft.
How does he know all this stuff?
Strength.
That's always right.
Yellow shows unknowns, things that are unclear. We need to dive into the yellow more.
All right, 99 is the score. Timeout just called by Smith and Dawson, who have led the entire way here in game one. Quarterfinal match. Tremendous ball behind Ben, which he did a great job to safely get that back into the kitchen, and then just using that reach again, Pat Smith. Can they finish off a winning timeout stop? Ooh, interesting paddle position there. Got away with it. Oh my. Oh. You do not get extra points for hitting the guaranteed rate sign, so especially at 9-all. So it dribbles over. The wind is blowing in that direction. Almost nothing Ben Johns could do. Can they get to 10? They got to make a third and a fifth.
And they're up at the kitchen line. This is their best chance yet.
And the Johns boys kind of had bumper cars there. And Dawson paints the line on the next one, and they've got a game point.
He recognized the the I formation that was not by design.
No communication on that one.
So, 1 point away from game one.
And a shake and a bake off a very good return. And they claw back to 9 apiece, had the ball. Timeout called, 2 stops, and then 2 points. Impressive settling in when you're that far ahead. Sometimes you really get tight and can't get to the finish line.
Yeah, no, difficult at...
Now what happens with the Dawson lobs with the wind at his back? A lot easier on the wind in his face to execute those. What will the Johns boys do to correct this? We'll be right back with all of that after these messages.
I'm going to say she's a solid 3.5.
Nah, she's definitely a 2.5.
Guys, look at that forehand. She's clearly a 3.0.
Guys, come on. I'm at least a 4.0.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Ratings don't have to be hard. Duper. Optimized for accuracy, optimized for fun. Download the app and claim your free profile today.
Our new EV rental fleet is the absolute GOAT.
Nice. Speaking of goats, is that Tom Brady?
Yeah. He comes in to recharge, get software updates. You know.
Same time next week?
You got it.
Cool. Let's go.
Let's go.
Well, we love having Hertz as a sponsor on the PPA Tour this year. Their motto is "Let's go," and the Johns boys, it's time to go. They got all the way to 9-9. Now the side switch, so Dawson and Smith, again, top marks for settling down after all of the lead had evaporated.
Yeah, for sure. You can quickly start thinking it was just luck and succumb to, on paper, is a better team.
You hate to miss the serve to start game 2, but we'll see if that is a problem. You're going to see a lot of driving, I would guess, into the wind from both of the Johns boys.
Yeah, so we'll see now if there was a significant side advantage. That ball looked wide from here, but perhaps not.
Tremendous hands after the lowest lob he's hit. And look at Pat Smith fired up and finishing.
He is playing some fantastic pickleball.
You know, we talked to him, or at least I talked to him yesterday, and he has been working through just some health issues. Just being able to come out here and be fully not thinking about that, not favoring it, not feeling it a little bit. And he said this is about the best he's felt in some time, and his play is delivering.
He's had an issue with his hip for quite some time. Hindered his movement. Dawson is attempting the same kind of lobs, but now with the wind. It looks like it's died down a little bit, so perhaps that's factoring into it. Still, a little risky to say the least.
And Johns is reading it better.
But hats off to him for really coming up with a different approach to beating
for sure
Ben and Colin Johns. And,
we're going to dink cross court with Ben all day and throw it over Colin's head. And Pat comes clean this up.
Yeah. Smith has done so well, but he certainly left that dink a little high. And Colin more than appreciative.
Smith saw it, but even though you see it, it's that half a second late that you see it, and then it's even with your body instead of in front. Swing down, find the net. Beautiful deception from Colin Johns right there.
Yeah, he did a good job of just leaving his hand behind, getting loose with the wrist. I think the opponents are expecting something down the middle.
Oh, boy. Okay. Oh, dear. First time they've ever played together.
Yeah.
Oh, and the ATP is an HTP. After all that, there's rare John's confusion in the middle a couple of
Never seen them
times.
have any miscommunications. It's very rare. So we'll have a timeout.
So that side is certainly paying dividends. We'll be back real quick as the players hydrate here in the Texas sun at the Pickleball Central Austin Open, brought to you by Club Corp. Buddy, Dave Fleming here with Coach Me's Morgan Evans. Thrilled to be by his side as any tournament we have the chance to work together. We love sharing it with you, and the Johns boys are enjoying sharing that side of the court as they're up 4-zip here in game 2. Quick timeout from Dawson and Smith. The lobs have not been effective on this side for Colin so far. Callum. I said it the way I wanted to, but that was just, and there's the flick.
Oh, and
so
finally.
the other factor with the wind is Dawson's dinks are flying just a little farther, and then the wizardry and tricks of Ben are in play.
They're available. Smith putting his hand in there, trying to do something meaningful.
And just ripped it off the PPA logo there in the back. So that's what the scoreboard can do to you. You get a little antsy. In the first game, they were so deliberate and patient.
As soon as Ben Jones puts that second hand on, you know it's not just a dink politely
pace
cross
is coming.
court.
Pace is coming.
And Smith has wonderful hands. We didn't see too many of those in game 1.
Almost zero. And there's just a little more fire in the steps of the Johns boys here. Ooh, Colin was looking for a big finish there.
That's 2 in a row.
Yes.
He's getting a lot of attention.
And you saw Ben put a second hand on the paddle and dink it to say, hey, boys, I got that too. So
fair enough. He must have heard me.
Yep. Just
Beautiful
couldn't
play.
quite get there. Surprised that his brother didn't stick the paddle out. Tough position. But a huge lead for Ben and Colin here in game 2.
Oh, almost digs it out from a shoelace.
Because this would be the side of the court to give you that extra little bit of oomph.
Yeah, I think one of the things that's happening in game 1, Callan Dawson obviously was dinking very well cross court, but he had the option of that lob, knowing the wind was going to hold it up. You know, if he ever felt a little too much pressure, he could do that. He doesn't really get to do that now. And so the pressure just mounts more and more and more. And we've seen him buckle just a couple times.
Yeah, so you buckle a couple times, you leave a couple up, and you see some attacks off the paddle of Ben and Colin, and you look up and it's 8-zip.
Yes.
So can they get back into something here? Not just for this game, but for game 3 as well. It's a great ball there.
Yeah. That was much harder than it looked.
Because the sun is a factor looking up at that ball there as well. And remember, in game 3, we will switch sides at 6, so this arrangement is the way that game will end.
Yes.
So you'd like to, if you're Dawson and Smith, to find something. Even if you lose this 11-3, what did we do on the 3?
Yeah, exactly. For sure. So they've taken a timeout, and rightly so.
Yeah.
We'll see what they can do.
I've been playing professional pickleball for a little over 4 years now. Throughout the day, I would take salt tablets, I would take electrolyte tablets, and when it was hot and it was a long day, I just feel my energy drop. I started taking Electrolyte Supreme in the fall of last year. I played great, and I recovered perfect. I was like surprised. I know I played a lot over those 3 days or 4 days, and afterwards I wasn't even sore. If you're not drinking electrolytes yet, then you probably haven't tried them.
There you see Colin John serving at 8-0-1. And now 9, and Pat Smith gets the big eyeballs like in a cartoon there, just like, man, what is going on?
And Smith calling that wide.
And once that gets in the jet stream today, it's gone, and we are looking at a pickle here.
It could indeed be that.
Which, of course, means you win 11-0. That serve catches the line. It's a heck of a return. It's a heck of a hands off a ball at the net. Oh, this could be a Pat Smith highlight reel, but no. It goes deep in that. All the joy of the 11-9 win in game 1 is gone.
Seems to have dissipated, and
so
might actually be compounded a little more.
So they'll play with the wind in their face to start game 2. They're going to need to have a lead because they had no answers with the wind at their backs. So we'll be back with game 3, folks, right after this. right, guys, welcome back. Game 3. We'll switch sides, as I mentioned, at 6, and that will be a major part of this, as I expect to see the lobs from Dawson shortly. And you see Colin Johns just easing back a little bit.
Yeah, that's a smart play. Way to counter.
That could stay in. Oh, my.
Oh, almost.
Almost blowing, as you saw, across the court. Smith is smiling.
Beautiful twirling backhand overhead.
There's the tennis background, high-level tennis players. Really the only person that's going to be able to get that into a happy place. Not an easy ball at all. Wind. Oh.
And the German has come out.
Trickery led to German because Ben was able to stab that back, and
this happened in mixed. He quickly went to das ist nicht super.
So this is 12 in a row. Make that 13 for the Johns boys. And if the side is as big a factor as it appeared to be, then this is big trouble. You see that Callan is now on the right side of the court. Oh, nice. Great read by Pat Smith, and then just, again, we talk about what Colin Johns can do. Be set, have that paddle up, flicks that winner.
And arguably the highest fist pump in the game.
Yes.
It really raises it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Way up in the air. Maybe only Lucy Kovalova goes higher.
Oh, yeah, no, you're right. Oh, what about Lucy? Yeah.
But in the men's side.
In the men's side, yeah.
And if you're looking for the ladies today, just getting underway here shortly. We'll certainly have some of them out here, but trouble.
Indeed. Based on a wonderful game one, we were not to see this particular scoreline coming, but the Johns brothers do tend to wake up eventually. And when they do, yes, be wary.
So we're at 6-0.
The advantage from wind and sun and other elements, folks.
And you can see all the fans and the commentators are having fun here as Morgan Evans digging the music with his own version of the robot.
Honestly, I'm not sure what that's me. Could be someone else.
Look at those dangly arms.
Dangly? Are we calling it dangly?
Or robotic.
Okay.
Robotic.
Yeah, that's better. Back to some pickleball. There we go.
Yes.
Let's get that off. Right. We apologize for that disruption.
I don't apologize at all. I'm thrilled that was captured by our crew, so you can see the hijinks I'm dealing with all day. Appreciate the entertainment from all sources here, but Dawson and Smith need to find it quickly. 7-zip.
The first one he's really tried to step into. Yeah. He has caught the net on 2 or 3 occasions.
And I know you can do math at home, but 19 in a row, considering game one here, is just stunning. And why not speed it up, but that's why.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like they've kind of run out of ideas here.
Oh, my.
Oh.
And Ernie's gone bad in that corner of center court again, and the pickles are available in an order of 2 if they win this point.
It's like a Bermuda Triangle for tricky shots.
Yes. And that goes wide, and after a stirring win in game 1 where everybody's like, ooh, we had an upset earlier with
Tivillier?
Yes, and now we see a double pickle. So the Johns boys found the wind, found their game, found their groove, and just sunglasses on and triumphantly walking off with a little case and confidence. We saw bad body language earlier in that match.
For sure. I mean, they were tested, and I think sometimes all it takes for a team to really find their stuff is the fear of losing.
Yes.
You know, if you know your second or third gear can really get the job done, and suddenly you do lose game 1, well, it was enough to inspire them to really pull the finger out, get the job done.
Yeah, so 22 in a row. Next up is the top seed. Riley Newman and Matt Wright versus Tyler Loong and Rob Nunnery. We've seen both these teams earlier today. Both look very good. This will be a great match. So we'll be right back with that right after these words. Don't go anywhere.
For many of us, we just charge ahead because planning for your future takes time. And right now, thinking about your financial future takes on new meaning. At Baird, our financial advisors have guided individuals and families to achieve their goals through every crisis evolution and groundbreaking idea for over 100 years. That's the difference between thinking you're ready for what lies ahead and knowing you've planned for it. Now that's different. Discover the Baird difference.
Children, your Duper final athlete exam begins now. You, how much does it cost to have a rating?
It's free.
Deckel, how many different types of ratings are there?
2. 1 for singles, 1 for doubles.
Cameron, who can have a rating?
Anyone. And world peace.
Duper, bringing world peace to pickleball ratings. Download the app and claim your free rating today.
Congratulations. You are all smarter than you look.
We are launching Selkirk TV, which brings the best pickleball content to your smartphone, tablet, and big screen TV. This is 24/7 Pickleball, proudly brought to you by Selkirk.
I host a show in the kitchen.
I share my workouts in the kitchen.
I roll one sleeve up in the kitchen.
I stream in the kitchen.
I can't cook, but I'm in this kitchen.
I gave my paddle away in the kitchen.
I help keep you fit in the kitchen.
We're all family in the kitchen.
Let's go!
On your six, ladies.
The world will get back on its feet. We'll help you stay on yours.
What's your secret? Oh, it's no secret. It's the expert help I got at Foot Solutions.
Make an appointment at footsolutions.com.
How do you get what you want? Eric Weimer
blind man, wanted to climb Mount Everest. My man crazy, but he believed it was possible.
We're gonna do it.
And because he believed, he became the first blind person ever to stand on top of the world. Guaranteed Rate believes in your dreams. That's why we treat everyone like we treat our own family and work extra hard to get you the lowest low rate possible. Because if you believe, you will.
Stay, play, and dine in Margaritaville. Escape while enjoying Margaritaville's signature casual luxury, fun, and laid-back hospitality. Visit MargaritavilleResorts.com.
What are you guys doing?
We're getting our duper tattoos.
You know it changes every match, right?
Oh,
Duper, keeping tattoo removers in business by updating after every match. Download the app and claim your free profile today.
Can you change that 6 to an 8?
I sure can try.
Dropping a lot of money on sunglasses always seemed crazy to me. I'd wear them a few times, and then I'd lose them or break them. That's why we created Shady Rays. Polarized shades at a great price that you can try for 30 days risk-free. And even if you lose or break them, just let us know and we'll send you a free pair. Plus, every order helps fight hunger in America. And thanks to you, we're making a big impact. For 20% off your first order, go to shadyrays.com now and use code TV20.
How do you get what you want? Eric Weimer, blind man, wanted to climb Mount Everest. My man crazy, but he believed it was possible.
We're gonna do it.
And because he believed, he became the first blind person ever to stand on top of the world. Guaranteed Rate believes in your dreams. That's why we treat everyone like we treat our own family and work extra hard to get you the lowest low rate possible. Because if you believe, you will.
At Baird, we offer a different, more holistic approach to wealth management. With your career, family, friends, and community, finding time for you and making sure your family's financial plans are on track can be a real challenge. At Baird, our financial advisors get it. We'll partner with you to create a unique financial plan and coordinate with your legal and tax advisors to bring it all together so you have more time for what matters most.
Managing text chains is a hassle. Juggling social media threads is a part-time job. There should be a simpler way to play. At Pickle Play, we do it all. Find an ad course, find and message players, schedule events, create clubs and groups, and so much more. Download the only pickleball companion you need today. Pickle Play. Games for you.
All right, folks, welcome back. Quick side out, and we've got Tyler Loong and Rob Nunnery staring down the 1 seed. Wind at the back of Loong and Nunnery. And from the players we've talked to, Morgan, the preferred side is the side that Newman and Wright are on.
Yeah, against the wind.
Wright tries to press the pace and goes inside out. A little too wide.
Certainly a pace presser. So Nunnery will have the serve. Sorry, will be receiving serve.
Again, that unwinding the stack, just not quite set for Nunnery there. It's a ball he'd usually make. He has that very unique style where he puts his hand flat on the backside of the paddle before hitting the backhand dink. Oh, too far inside for even the reach of Loong. Oh, my.
We really went for that one. Sails long, good leave.
Yeah, we saw some beautiful cross-court attacks from him earlier. Much lower in trajectory than that one.
Yes, substantially. And against a very different team.
Yes. Oof. And you see a lot of players play like that. They turn their shoulder to sit on the backhand when engaged like that.
Yep.
Nunnery had a chance at the last one. And Wright and Newman are clearly targeting that player. Look at this craziness.
And
Loong pulls it.
eventually, unfortunate. So we'll just be retrieving that ball. Newman to serve.
Ooh, Newman is like, that was so open. Perhaps.
Perhaps. Yes, from this angle.
Yes.
Yeah. Easy to judge from afar, but there's some real swirling wind.
And it's pulling it away Howard Hepworth is our referee. I'm sure Nunnery and Loong wishes he wasn't as clear with that call of the score, as they're in a 5-point deficit here early and quickly. These are quick points. And Matt Wright was speaking to him earlier. He's like, we're bringing pace today, and they are, and it's working.
He is certainly not hesitating. He knows he's on the docket tomorrow, competing for the mixed doubles gold.
Yes, and he and Lucy happy to be back in that match.
And Nunnery sitting on that one. He didn't get it as low as I think he wanted, but
no, that's one where a clean winner was available, but a tag, and when you're down, message sent.
Indeed.
Oh my. Okay. That's new.
Yeah, he's really lifting the elbow on that one.
Newman with the sort of Colin Johns mimicking, pulling that forehand up above. With his paddle grip, it's a harder ball to execute. You heard Matt Wright say that's not there.
Although if it went over, it was definitely there. He'd be very happy with his attack.
The fact that it's there wasn't really up for debate. The choice.
That's a ball he's got to make. It wasn't like that ball was light speed.
No, and the wind seems to have died down a bit. I'm not saying it's easy. Tremendous get by Nunnery. Then can't make the easier ball.
Yeah, that's so often the way. You take a moment to congratulate yourself on a job well done
Did
on a tough ball.
that?
It was amazing. Oh, don't come back to me. Oh, no.
Wow.
Great hands.
Oh, tweener.
Oh, Tyler Loong.
Interesting. We'll just leave it at that.
Yeah. It's fair enough.
Get in there. Second serve. 8-3-2.
8-3-2 is the score. Look at that just die. So you can use that wind as a backboard, as they did again there with the drop, and you just don't get in trouble. And it's tantalizing for the other team, and that might stay in.
No.
Here, Matt Wright, air traffic controlling this point. Nunnery right there, but smokes it into the tape, and we're at game point. And that'll do it. So Newman and Wright really pressing the pace here and win convincingly 11-3, again on the air quotes good side. So we'll be back with game two at the Pickleball Central Austin Open, brought to you by Club Corp.
There we go.
podiums are reserved for winners. No one ever said getting there would be easy. So we work, we drill, we train. And while we do whatever it takes to gain even the slightest edge, we found our biggest. Electrum has the most grip for spin and touch without sacrificing any power. Electrum. Earn your edge.
Back for game 2. Tyler Loong to serve to Riley Newman, the top seeds, take game number 1. And again, you got to get used to what defense feels like on that side of the court with the wind howling in your face. Dear heaven, great recovery from Riley Newman there off a weird dink from Wright.
Well, he really earned that one.
No doubt.
Initial attack came back quickly from Newman. Eventually it was Wright that pops up a dink just high enough. And I think Wright thought maybe that return was going to be floating long.
And then if you try to hit that backhand corner, the wind is blowing across the court as well. So you got to play that 2 steps inside to hit that sideline.
Point.
Good sustained aggressive work there from Nunnery.
1-0-1. Second serve.
And Nunnery does the how dare you paddle, hit the ball like that, stare down.
Point.
So Nunnery serving to Wright.
2-0-2.
Yeah, it's just struggling a little bit with those thirds. If you get those dialed in and they can spend more time up at the kitchen line, they will more easily learn what's going to work.
Make them work. From this side, it's harder to contain those dinks in a safe place. That's why you see Wright rolling. Oh my, that almost hit the net.
Oh, that's fantastic work. Defending some of those shots. Wrestling back control. Newman proving why he is the best defensive player in the game.
All sorts of body movement there by Newman.
Watch. This is going to go around the post.
That's going in. No, just deep.
Defense lob.
You don't see that a lot, but ATP, we'll mention it to him. We'll put it in his list. Good finish by Tyler Loong there. Oh.
Shots fired.
That ball's going into the Austin, the A in Austin, but Loong couldn't get out of the way. Great ball by Wright there. Stays in. Hard to keep it in from this side, but able to do so.
4-2-2.
Great hands by Loong there. Oh, tweener again.
He'd love to win.
Yes, got to win this point now.
Oh,
And Wright again with the forehand stepping around.
That flick attack.
Inside in. Okay.
Yeah. Very few people on the planet that try their luck against Tyler Loong. But he is one of them.
Oh. Too much syrup on the pancakes there. Got it on the other side of his body, which is hard to do.
2-5-1.
It's time to go for Loong and Nunnery.
Second serve.
The Matt Wright forehand is the difference right now with the solid, steady game of Newman.
Side out.
And Nunnery, yeah, it's a sign often where you feel like what you're doing isn't quite enough, and we've got to pick one or two shots where we start to redline.
Point. Here? Yeah. 6-2-1.
Okay. Oh, just deep.
Point.
Nunnery can't believe that one out. Probably saw some of the Dawson magic from only game one of the last game.
So 7-2 after taking game one, 11-3.
Unbelievable get there with that open paddle face. Oh, the Newman Will didn't quite have enough. The wind won that one.
7-2-2.
It's going to be Annalie Waters and Lee Waters taking on Elise Jones and Megan Dazan. That's Megan Dazan and Elise Jones taking on Annalie Waters and Lee Waters.
Nunnery, he loves that attack.
Yes.
He had so much fun with it earlier on today.
Yes, but that is not a fun place to put the ball.
That is a Newman pancake forehand.
Just a little bit off the line there and was caught it late.
Oh. Did he pull it off?
No.
Oh. I wanted him to have that one.
Just
lovely.
it was so nicely shaped.
Pretty.
Thought the wind would keep it in for him. Yeah, and most of these quick points are going the way of the one seed.
7-2-1.
Well, the elbows are going everywhere, Morgan. Oh. That's the downwind lob problem.
Someone has to send him the memo of which side you should certainly be on.
Oh boy. Unbelievable third off that return. So low.
He can only get away with those sort of attacks for so long.
And we'll be saying so long if they don't rally quickly. Oh.
Well, he's persistent.
Yeah,
I'll give him that.
And again on serve, so
2-8-1.
definitely a ball that was deep there.
Yeah, Riley Newman getting plenty of purchase on that ball. So 3-8 is the score.
2-8-2.
2-8-2. I apologize.
Okay.
Wow. Is that the first?
We haven't had many, and we're used to
Yeah.
lots. I think that's 1 or 2 at most, and you're used to being on maybe the second hand of counting with your hands.
Yeah, for Loong, Ba, and a handful of others.
No, Bar's record from yesterday will not be touched.
That's amazing.
Okay.
Well, he
Rob Nunnery, look at him wait for it, and then Curly.
Yeah, he sort of retrofitted his normal kind of volley attack
Yes.
and curled around that ball.
Wow. Oh. Oh my. So, longest point in many, many points, and Matt Wright chooses to go two-handed backhand attack off the bounce.
He's being very creative today,
Yeah.
more so than I've ever seen.
We're within 3. Oh my, Matt had no chance. There could be a timeout here.
All over that.
6-8-2.
Oh, and the lead is but 1.
And a good timeout.
So we'll take a quick timeout. That will be a good one as well, but things are heating up in game 2. We'll be right back.
Bottle can take the heat.
We're back, Dave Fleming here with Morgan Evans, and Loong and Nunnery making a late charge here within 1. Wright and Newman call timeout.
Great flick attack again there from Nunnery.
Yes.
They're playing a more patient game. They're forcing Wright and Newman to play the same kind of style. They were very aggressive early on.
And after some ridiculous defense, it's 9-8. Loong and Nunnery have a lead now. Oh, you see the teeth. You see the teeth of Nunnery. Not an eye roll. He's very supportive, but he's like, oh, I wanted that to go over. So 8-9. Top seed now trailing with the ball. Full Bugs Bunny swing by Riley Newman, but the edge of the Onyx Premier got in the way of that second serve. And that's the style that's been working. They've been forcing the dinks after being patient to be up a bit and going, and they've been winning. That one sails deep, 9 up. Oh, no.
That's a heartbreaker.
That's a heartbreaker, and paddles are flicked to the ground, and it's 10-9. So we'll keep it right here. So a match point is coming after a furious rally to get the lead back. I never understood the whole flicking the paddle on the ground. I'm so particular about my grip that any little touch of the concrete, like or most of these folks are. Yeah, it's like we're just chucking frisbees,
throwing candy around. No, I'm the same way. I typically don't leave it on the court. I take it with me. I always want to dry off the handle.
Yeah.
And if I leave it on there, the grip being damaged is the death for me.
Oh, I can't have it. I admit I am particular. I'm happy to admit it. I'm part of the Grip Particular Foundation.
Okay. Not OCD, just particular.
No, particular. No,
okay, it's different. It's different.
Very different. Yeah. All right, so match point in front of us. Loong and Nunnery have done a tremendous job of slowing this down and then waiting for their opportunities and seizing them. They forced some mistakes from Newman and Wright.
Yeah. Wright was very aggressive early, and he continued with the same kind of level and shots he was playing, but Loong and Nunnery started sitting on those attacks and have really drawn it back.
And that'll do it. So after a game run by Loong and Nunnery, it is a little backhand flick down the line. Again, with Wright on the left side of the court to finish. He ran around the forehands a lot. That's a high level. That we talked about where's the level today. That might have been the best we've seen in Game 2 there of all 4 players on the court.
Yeah, that certainly raised it up. Riley Newman's defense was on display in spades, as was Matt Wright's offense, especially that forehand flick attack. Beautiful to watch. They are marching on.
So, we'll see the ladies when we come back. We've got the scrappy ladies from Utah, Elise Jones and Megan Dizon, against the Waters. Anna Lee got the Triple Crown in Florida at the last PPA stop, so she and her mother were able to get over the top. Yesterday, not the best. Anna Lee will not have a shot at the Triple Crown, so she's definitely going to want to defend their women's title. A lot of steps to get there. We'll be right back with the first look at that.
I'm going to say she's a solid 3.5.
Nah, she's definitely a 2.5.
Guys, look at that forehand. She's clearly a 3.0.
Guys, come on. I'm at least a 4.0.
Yeah, fair enough.
Ratings don't have to be hard. Duper. Optimized for accuracy, optimized for fun. Download the app and claim your free profile today.
Our new EV rental fleet is the absolute GOAT.
Nice. Speaking of goats, is that Tom Brady?
Yeah. He comes in to recharge, get software updates. You know.
Same time next week?
You got it.
Cool. Let's go.
Let's go.
All right. Welcome back, everybody. The ladies make their first appearance. Again, started about 2.5 hours late, so it's not like they've been playing a lot. Quarterfinal matchup here. The Waters versus Elise Jones. You see hitting the backhand there, and there's Megan Dazan splitting the Waters.
Yeah, recently, well, the beginning of the year was a little tough for Jones and Dazan. They certainly weren't finding their best stuff. Last tournament, they had a better running, so we'll see if they can continue their improvements.
Lee Waters just forcing the pressure. A good little start for Jones and Dazan.
Boy. 1, 2, 1.
Beautiful lob there, tracked down by Lee. All waters are swinging right now. What a point. Oh, no.
Wow. Well, that will get the crowd going. If the men couldn't do it for you, then the girls are certainly going to prove a point.
And prove quite a point right there. What a dig. There's no angle that Elise Jones couldn't track down. And then about the 8th hardest ball she had in the point, unfortunately, comes up just short.
You know it's a serious point when no one on the court remembers the score.
Yes.
Second serve.
See the Waters decked out in their Fila, new sponsor of the Waters there. So they got their new matching fits. Ooh, just snuck over. You hear Dazan saying good idea, which we agree with. Just when you're fading away, I'd rather have her be set.
Yeah, so difficult to control. It is still a feel shot. Jones testing the waters down the line, so to speak.
Yep, the water's still a little cold or hot, depending on what your preference is. Oh my.
Everybody's doing it.
Another great point with lobs from both sides.
Yeah, they are really wrestling it back and forth. Everyone doing a great job after being lobbed.
You will not see that again. Casual volley from Anna Lee.
Generally a picture of diligence.
So you got to read how much court to take when you leave a ball up there. And Dazan aggressive in her court taking there. Just needed to stay back and work her way in on the 7th or 9th. Much better job there. And Dazan dictating.
Yeah, short, sharp backhand attack, that two-hand. Just caught Anna Lee by surprise. Sort of a look of, don't you know who I am?
Exactly, like, hello.
Why would you do that? I'm me.
Okay. It's tough with the lob over your head because it's not going to end up where you think on your way back. It's going to come back to you and to the right with the way the wind's blowing, and too much of a wrist flick by Lee Waters there. You hate to let them off the hook there because the Waters play with pace and runs. When you're on one of your own, you don't want a third to be the reason. Big fake by Elise Jones there. Running pass patterns. And again, Dizon snuck into the court on a. It's okay to defend from behind the baseline for a while.
Not a problem. Yeah, it's only an issue if you have no intention of coming forward.
Correct. Okay.
A patron just finding a seat.
Trying to pack in the waters. And quite frankly, all the ladies are beloved by the fans.
Yeah, oh, for sure. And a timeout is called.
Score is 7-5-1. 1 minute.
So that's Angela Lumen on the call, and we'll take a quick break as well. The Waters take the lead back up 7-5 in game number 1 of this quarterfinal.
My name is Kathleen Parento, and I've been playing pickleball for almost 6 years. I travel a lot to play in tournaments. I'm always on planes, and I see a lot of people when I travel. I need to make sure that I stay healthy. I need to support my immune system, so that's the reason why I use the Pure Whey C+.
Welcome back, everybody. We've got the ladies on the court, and the Waters have been pushed. Some tremendous pickleball being played on this court right now. They've got the lead up 2. We've got some exuberance from the DJ there in the middle of that point. We'll carry on. Nice finish by Dizon, who's been playing the left side of the court most of the day. So that worked out. Middle has definitely been a place that Dizon and Jones need to get figured out, because there is a gap there. You've got a player sliding, whoever's on the right, and then the left side player hasn't been coming to the tee as much, and that set off that problem.
Yeah, I've noticed that just prior to the contact points of your average dink from the waters, the players are sort of separating. They're anticipating wide dinks early and unfortunately leaving some space available. For me, it looked like there was a gap in the middle,
yes.
The size of a small canyon, not like the Grand Canyon.
No, like the medium canyon.
Yeah, just a mid-sized canyon.
Yeah.
Canyonero.
Second call for Kirsten Hollinger. Thanks for horse at Grandstand 2. Second and final call, Kirsten Hollinger, Grandstand 2.
That one catches a line. Great get by Anna Lee. And then a beautiful finish. And Jones and Dizon are playing their style brilliantly here.
7, 8, 1.
Good finish. And I see, we can see Megan Dizon just moving wide earlier and earlier, needing to cover the center there. Can't let Jones handle all these.
And again, a little out of sorts. The Waters are usually timeout queens. We'll see if they want one here. It's a mini conversation timeout there. We're tied up at 8 here, folks. And that's going to be in as well. Oh, and wild. Maybe she was watching the video of you earlier there. A little dance move by Elise Jones, and they have earned the lead here, and the Waters call timeout, and we saw this in the match with the Johns. We'll keep it right here to talk about what we're seeing, but using the lob, being patient, don't pull the trigger. They want to play fast. You saw Annalee go for 2 or 3 balls that missed wide. Pretty impressive so far.
Very much so, yeah. The lob has become a great equalizer. For a team that perhaps dominates up at the kitchen, this lob is really forcing them to retreat, have to get back, reset the ball, rebuild the point. The Waters have been able to do that once or twice, but unfortunately, right now, with the wind at their back, it's giving DAZN and Jones a great chance to kind of press reset and say, all right, we're going to get you back, and we'll see if you can do it again and again, and that wears on a team.
Yeah, I mean, as we've mentioned, Atata's going to hit 90 degrees in a couple hours. We're already about 85, 86 degrees, so you have that. You have just the wear on your body and then being able to be set. I mean, it's hard. Now you got to work your way back up there to the kitchen line, so.
Yeah, a lot of work.
If they clean up the middle, DAZN and Jones, this is going to be a tough out. Great resets by Jones. Now they're in the point. And DAZN got just a little feisty early there. Went for trying to get it behind Annalee, and it's a tough order.
Very much. She jumped up, plucked that one out of the sky, made them pay. And she's looking to take matters into her own hands, driving down the line. And
99.
9-9-1.
And Annalee Waters with the speed and then the execution of the ATP. And we get a timeout on the other side. So Waters having to bring everything in their tank to take the lead here. So we're going to take a quick break. Game point for the Waters when we come back.
People have this conception that pickleball, that's an old person sport, but I don't think they realize how physically demanding it is with those quick bursts and long, grueling points. The first U.S. Open, I found myself cramping in 2 different events. When you start cramping, it's too late. And when I first started playing, I wasn't ready for that. The biggest difference I feel on the court with Jigsaw products is I'm not cramping at all. It gives you that mental confidence that your body's going to hold up. Jigsaw products will provide a lot of value to you both on and off the court.
All right, welcome back to Game Point. Annalee Waters serving. Nip and tuck all the way here. And when the ball is up, it's tough to deal with Anna Lee Waters, who put it down. So a game effort by Jones and Dazan. Got all the way inched in front. Down the stretch they come, 9-8, nosing in front, and then the Waters get to the line.
As they do so often.
Yes, they're great finishers. That's why they have the championships they do. Now the challenge for Dazan and Jones is the lob will be a lot more difficult to execute with the wind at their back. So we'll see what they try when we come back with game number 2 here at the Pickleball Central Austin Open, brought to you by Club Corp.
For many of us, we just charge ahead because planning for your future takes time. And right now, thinking about your financial future takes on new meaning. At Baird, our financial advisors have guided individuals and families to achieve their goals through every crisis evolution and groundbreaking idea for over 100 years. That's the difference between thinking you're ready for what lies ahead and knowing you've planned for it. Now that's different. Discover the Baird difference.
Children, your DUPR final athlete exam begins now. You, how much does it cost to have a rating?
It's free.
Deckel, how many different types of ratings are there?
2. 1 for singles, 1 for doubles.
Cameron, who can have a rating?
Anyone. And world peace.
DUPR, bringing world peace to pickleball ratings. Download the app and claim your free rating today.
Congratulations. You are all smarter than you look.
We are.
Welcome back. Great first game. Waters really pushed but showed their mettle at the end. See what happens with the side switch and the wind change. Nice attack by Dazan there, and good patience. Sometimes you have to be patient on a ball flight. Let it land out. It looks tantalizing sitting there like a witch throwing a brew at you. Just let it go. Again, Dazan just gets set in that transition area.
Two-handed backhand from Lee Waters. It's always been great, but it seems like it's getting better.
It seems like there's even more pace on it.
Yeah.
I mean,
I heard through the grapevine that her level earlier on in the season wasn't her finest, but she made a paddle switch, and apparently that made a good bit of difference for her. A little extra power on that one she's using at the moment.
I mean, you can just tell. So, Elise Jones, like, I don't care what you tell me what your miles per hour are, and I will lob into and with it. I don't care. Just needs Miss Dazan needs to be ready. So I really think these two, I like this positioning for them, and I want to see Megan be more aggressive in the middle of the court. Get beat on that outside shoulder.
Yeah, her positioning on the court is exactly right. She's hedging so much towards that left side, hoping not to be exposed with a very wide dink, but it's costing him in the middle.
Even that ball right there, I would like her to take. Great lob, though. So it works out, but that's a ball, an aggressive left side player takes that and plays, and I think she has the game to do it. She has a great partner that can set up her game. So there's fun upside here. And Angela Lumen, you will never not know that something just occurred. One of the most vocal and precise referees you'd ever want. Great job by Angela. You got to know where you're supposed to be.
And if she doesn't quite nail it, then her backup referee, Anita Johnson-Flores,
will be there for her.
She'll be there.
That's why we have two.
Got it covered. She so often 12s after she misses that one.
It's again, the dancing that you've inspired here, we may never show that again.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it.
just couldn't quite find the place on the court again, and under relentless pressure.
Jones did so well there to scrap her way back up to the line. I mean, she's really gotten a great reputation for just how good she is in defense.
Yes. And earned it. Earned it on the ground, earned it with scrapes, earned it in running into nets. Patrons, she's been everywhere. Boy, impressive control by Anna Lee there. A couple balls that looked enticing. And then misses a dink. So
interesting.
There you see Dazan and Jones, and checking with Angela Lumen after the serve error.
Costs you nothing. Oh no. Perhaps the wind just held it up a little bit there.
Yeah. And it's moving it a little to the right, too, so when you reach and you're not as tall as some of these other ladies, the pickleball gods sort of even that out there.
It's very sweet of them.
Yeah. I'm sure Lee Waters does not agree with that, but I'm certain Anna Lee doesn't. Yeah.
Big power off the forehand side.
But a very inspired effort here by Dazan and Jones, and a smart game plan. Not allowed to bounce it over like a ping pong serve there.
That'd be fun though, wouldn't it?
It would.
If everyone gets one of those per match.
Yeah, one per match.
We'll add that to our growing list of
Oh,
rules.
yes. That's what we've been looking for from Dazan. Beautiful in the middle of the court.
Yeah. When she's moving well and she's trusting her footwork, she's really energetic. She can play some great pickleball.
Look where her feet are.
Yeah.
If she was at the line, that's over.
It's all over.
And Jones set her up beautifully, but these are correctable things, though, which are scary for the rest of the ladies, because this team has a lot of things that they do very well. There it is.
Nice work. Yeah, for me, I'd like to see Dazan taking more of the fourth balls, feeling comfortable going into what you might think is at least his territory. That you've got to get past the idea that you get this half and I get that half. Unfortunate.
Very few of those. I mean, that's the other thing when you're scrapping against a very high-level team. Just make all your thirds. Just math starts to come into play.
Oh, that's an incredible short angle.
Nasty angle by Lee Waters there.
It would have sent Dazan into the bleachers.
Yes, and I'm
if
glad.
she went after it. Let's go the way
Eerily
of the...
similar to the Jesse Irvin.
Yeah, except it wasn't a good-looking Frenchman
No, that
to
was not.
help or hurt.
The paddle was down. She has picked it up and back in the point. She's there. Oh, no.
Still, she gets herself crowd favorite awards everywhere she goes.
That's a great timeout. Sometimes timeout is just for our own hydration and so forth. So I think the crowd needs a little break. We'll take a little break.
Yeah.
We'll be right back. Elise Jones laying it all on the line with her partner, Megan Dazan. We'll be right back.
Pickleball is more than just a sport. It's a passion. It's not about winning.
It's about who I become when I'm on court. The woman, the player, the athlete. I'm always pushing to be the best version of me. And I know you can do it too. So find your passion. Be the best version of you. And don't forget to have fun while you're at it. Because it's fun to feel good.
Folks, welcome back. Everybody needed a hydration break after that point, watching Elise Jones flying all over the court, now smacking herself with the paddle. That's the noise you just heard there.
5, 2, 1.
The Waters up 3 in game 2, but it's being pushed to give everything they've got. There's that middle ball again. Annalise lob.
Second serve.
Yeah, just a couple of inches long.
Yep.
Not far. Not a bad play, certainly.
5, 2, 2. Point.
Unfortunate.
Yep, that doesn't happen very often.
6, 2, 2.
This is a team that makes you beat them.
And she may have even saved an out ball there, but
Yes.
she
Why
did
not get
with
the clean winner add to the stat line? And this is a crucial moment here. Get the ball back without additional damage.
Could be starting to slip away.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Point.
And that discipline is missing right now.
Yeah. And that's what the best teams kind of do to very good teams. They force you to think that you need to push harder and harder.
Point.
Great third ball there, and now the Waters train. I can hear the choo-choo in the background. It's roaring down the track. And suddenly it felt like Elise Jones was just on the ground picking up her paddle at 3-2, and it is match point. That's what the Waters do to you.
Play fast.
Oh,
play
no,
hard.
third shot lob works. And a BB down the middle, and a highly entertaining match ends with a Waters-like run where it's just, we've seen your best, and now we're bringing more and more and push them to the finish line. So Waters looking good out on center court here. Crowd loved the effort from the fans and from the players, and we are thrilled to have the ladies on the court here. Folks, we are getting fans talking to us there for a second,
Yes.
so excuse us for a minute as we were literally being talked to right then. So here's where we're at.
We've got a semifinal.
We got men's semis coming up next.
And we have slight internet connectivity.
So we got the Johns playing Rob Cassidy, who is the male equivalent of Elise Jones, if you will, with all due respect to both parties there.
It's
just
true.
Scrappiness, fan favorites, all of that.
Yeah,
So
bravery is
bravery,
courage.
Yes. So we'll be back with Cassidy, Spencer Smith, and the Johns boys. Don't you dare miss that first semifinal of the day.
Launching Selkirk TV, which brings the best pickleball content to your smartphone, tablet, and big screen TV. This is 24/7 Pickleball, proudly brought to you by Selkirk.
I host a show
in the kitchen.
I share my workouts in the kitchen.
I roll one sleeve up in the kitchen.
I stream in the kitchen.
I can't cook, but I'm in this kitchen.
I gave my paddle away in the kitchen.
I help keep you fit in the kitchen.
We're all family in the kitchen.
Let's go!
On your six, ladies.
The world will get back on its feet. We'll help you stay on yours.
What's your secret? Oh, it's no secret. It's the expert help I got at Foot Solutions.
Make an appointment at footsolutions.com.
How do you get what you want? Eric Weimer, blind man, wanted to climb Mount Everest. My man crazy, but he believed it was possible.
We're gonna do it.
And because he believed, he became the first blind person ever to stand on top of the world. Guaranteed Rate believes in your dreams. That's why we treat everyone like we treat our own family and work extra hard to get you the lowest low rate possible. Because if you believe, you will.
Stay, play, and dine in Margaritaville. Escape while enjoying Margaritaville's signature casual luxury, fun, and laid-back hospitality. Visit MargaritavilleResorts.com.
What are you guys doing?
We're getting our duper tattoos.
You know it changes every match, right?
Oh,
Duper, keeping tattoo removers in business by updating after every match. Download the app and claim your free profile today.
Can you change that 6 to an 8?
I sure can try.
Dropping a lot of money on sunglasses always seemed crazy to me. I'd wear them a few times, and then I'd lose them or break them. That's why we created Shady Rays. Polarized shades at a great price that you can try for 30 days risk-free. And even if you lose or break them, just let us know and we'll send you a free pair. Plus, every order helps fight hunger in America. And thanks to you, we're making a big impact. For 20% off your first order, go to shadyrays.com now and use code TV20.
Welcome back. Dave Fleming and Morgan Evans here. Thrilled to be calling a great day of pickleball. And you know what we're seeing, Morgan?
What are we
seeing,
seeing,
The level
Dave?
of play continues to get better.
Yes, as the day gets warmer, so does the pickleball.
And we just saw the Shady Rays commercial. A lot of people are needing their shades right now. So get those if you don't have them, because the sun is out in Austin. The wind is a factor. The Lob Fest 2022 is hitting all corners of Austin city limits here. So this is a match here
It's the
that
semifinal.
has such uniqueness to it. Tell me what the fans who maybe haven't spent a lot of time with Rob Cassidy are about to see.
You are in for a treat, people. If you enjoyed watching at least Jones in the last match. You're going to love Rob Cassidy. The man leaves it all on the court. No matter what happens, you get nothing but fight. He will grin and bear anyone's overhead, drop down to one knee often, and it's shocking how fast his hands are.
Yeah, and you think that position would be the last thing you'd want to do, but he knows that the feet are the target, so he gets lower than you.
Yeah.
You can't find the feet.
You can't find the feet. No, you can't.
So you'll definitely see that in this match. And then, oh, hi, here are the Johns. They lost the first game of their last match and then won 22 points in a row. 22.
Basically unheard of, I'd say.
Double pickle when losing 11-9.
Yep.
I'm going to say that. I'm not going to say it hasn't happened. I'm certain it has, but it's not happening very often because you're in essence, you'll see a team win 11-9 and then pickle somebody after losing the first game, but not like that. Especially with the wind, the players have consistently told us the side that the Johns boys appear to be starting on will be the preferred side. So Rob Cassidy is the lefty in the white hat and the black shirt. You see him just walking off the side of the court. There's Spencer Smith stretching out, the Utah player, and then Colin and Ben Johns ready to continue a march forward here. And
yeah, they certainly looked like in the last parts of the last match. They looked as well oiled as they have ever been, really.
Yes, and head referee Don Stanley, supported by Mike McSpadden, and let's play pickleball. Okay.
Good leave.
Ben Johns flick, sails deep.
1-0-2.
And there's the wind factor. You know, if you get your return near the baseline from the side the Johns are on, that is one heck of a return today.
Oh, yeah.
So taking advantage of those shorter returns, something this side has to do. And Ben's mouth could not be wider open after that attack down the middle isn't smashed into the open court. It's smashed into, well, the net.
And another rare miscommunication by the Johns brothers. We saw it once or twice in that first game of the last match.
Colin cannot believe that Ben didn't just rip that 100 miles an hour. So
he's marginally less Ben than he's been.
Oh my. Oh. Okay.
And then back to normal Ben.
A little miscommunication on Rob and Spencer's part on the overhead, but Smith, tremendous athlete, able to go get it. Pressuring the backhand dink there of Cassidy, and they'll be looking to do that throughout the match.
0-1-1.
And a good ball there from Spencer Smith.
The rare,
0-1-2.
just so attackable dink off the Johns paddle. Wow. Incredibly unlucky there as Colin Johns left a so attackable dink up in the air too.
Well, he doesn't want his younger brother to feel bad.
It's part of our plan.
Yeah.
Oh my. That was going to be the drop in charge from Cassidy there.
2-1-2.
manages to find the left shoulder of Johns.
Yes, and the sorry Ben, as he was turning to go back, I think the word sorry was to the front and Ben was to the back. Like, not really.
He thought he'd try his luck again, and as luck would have it, he gets something out of it.
And full grunt in play from Cassidy as well.
It's now time for your player orientation.
Good lead, good communication.
Yes.
Good point construction from Spencer Smith, Rob Cassidy, RC.
Yes, sir. 3, 2, 1.
And they're in the lead.
Second serve.
Oh, my.
It's not the best way to extend it, obviously.
No.
3, 2, 2. Side out.
Saw it all the way, but John's able to get the ball down. And a big hack taking that. Wow, what a return. So, some fancy feet from Cassidy in the middle of that one. Stays out of the kitchen.
2, 3, 2.
Unbelievable get.
Wow. Oh, you just wanted him to finish that point. That little engine that could just keeps going.
Point. 3, 3, 2.
Oh, and Cassidy had a good look at it, thought the middle was available. Took a hard swipe. Unfortunately, found the net.
4, 3, 2. Side out.
Well,
That return was really close.
No one willing to call it out.
No. Like, bro, are you going to do it? No.
Anyone from the crowd going to help us here?
Hawkeye? Oh, my. Just stunning miss there. I mean, read it perfectly. Point is over anywhere in the court.
Well, it took a game for them to really find their best stuff in the last match. Who knows? Might indeed do the same thing here.
4, 4, 2.
And Rob Cassidy.
Clean winner off the bounce is not usually his game, but he's got all the tricks.
Yes, sir.
But he has been, in his career, a battle-tested singles player.
Yes.
I remember early on in my career, I'll use the term loosely,
6, 4, 2.
having to compete against him, and I always hated doing it in Brigham City. At, the Tournament of Champions. Tough conditions.
Altitude up there as well to deal with.
Yeah, that's it. I was sucking pond water.
Point. Seven, 4, 2.
Why reset it when you can take a big swing at it and
Yeah.
they're still up?
it really doesn't matter how fast, how brave your hands are. If your ball is going up over the net and theirs is coming down, it's going to be tough.
And there happens to be Ben Johns. That adds to the problem with your sentence. Oh, Spencer Smith, who is playing such a solid first game here.
Yeah, very few errors. And resets. His ability just to absorb the pace, drop that ball back in the kitchen.
Because you know Cassidy's going to put you in some bad positions just because of the way he plays.
Yeah. Inventive, creative, brave, and kind of requests the same of his,
exactly.
his partner.
It's like, I assume there's some sort of blood ritual or something that...
Yes, you both have to paint a line with your blood.
Oh, no. And now they've got him doubled up.
8-4-1.
On the bad side, air quotes. Oh, the chip in charge.
Yeah, he felt like that ball was probably something that should be bouncing.
Yes.
And unfortunately, Colin was able to take it out of the air, catch him on the run.
Awesome ball there by Spencer.
Yep.
Oh. Yeah. So after that 0.8 couple of balls, again, we looked at that in the first match. These two just make that.
Yeah, it's a lively backhand.
Yeah, and Spencer Smith was like, I really shouldn't go fast, so he went medium, midi-ish, which was worse than just go fast and hope.
For sure. No, certainly tends to be better to make a bad decision quickly than a good decision late.
Yes.
Timeout, 6-8-1.
Good timeout.
And good decision.
Yeah. So the earpiece that they have to Morgan is working, and we'll take a quick break. Appreciate everybody watching. We'll be right back. Johns are down 2 in game 1 of the semifinal.
Pickleball is very, very different. 8 to 10 matches in one day, and each match could be 45 minutes. Being able to start and go and stop is very, very challenging. When I'm taking Jigsaw Health supplements, I have the confidence to stay out there all day, and I can stay focused, energized, and cramp-free. I wouldn't recommend Jigsaw Health to any of my opponents. You guys continue drinking whatever you're drinking right now.
Welcome back. Colin Johns to serve. They're down. It's 87 degrees. It's sultry. The wind is swirling. And the pickleball's getting better and better. Oh. Dreaded HTP. Has a clangy sound to it, too.
Doesn't quite sound as pure as the traditional cousin, ATP.
I'm sure AJ Kohler's related somehow. Who's it going to be? Oh, there it is. Oh. You had a feeling it would be Cassidy.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got a hair trigger. And when he sees something to work with.
Lead is but one. Was 4.
Well, the length of these points is a real sign that the kind of respect all 4 players feel for one another. No one's taking that many chances until, of course, Cassidy
popped one. The jack in the box came flying right out, straight up in the air.
Yeah.
Nice return on the ball that landed in the midcourt. Don't think that wasn't said loudly on purpose.
Yeah. It's so true. How often do we all say it, regardless of the serve or return?
Oh, my.
Wow.
Oh, hard for Spencer Smith to know what side of the court to be covering there.
It was hard to know which sport we're commentating on for a moment there.
We had UT. We had the quarterback in our Pro-Am, Quinn Ewers, last night. We had the I formation there on the offense. Man. Oh, no. Ben Johns was in jail after he got caught on the Ernie. So again, they've been at 8 a while. Opportunities have been there, and can they fend it off? And the lead is with the 2 seed.
Next up on championship court, we got a women's doubles semifinal match.
Rob Cassidy says, I've seen that fish before. Saw him go to the second hand and attack, and Cassidy was ready.
Taking on the number 1 team in the world of Pally Smith and Lucy Kovalova.
And Rob Cassidy pulls the trigger after another very patient point.
Yeah,
and
he is getting, he's getting isolated, and
we are at a game point. Just catches the line. So they fight it off, and Cassidy was not in a good position after the aggressive dinking.
No, in dire straits for most of that, but in the end, Colin Johns couldn't quite finish off.
Saw Rob Cassidy will that ball over in the middle, swung his paddle to create some additional airspeed.
Timeout for service team, 18-2.
I like the offensive timeout here. So when a team does that, if you were coaching them, any team, not just this one, you like the idea of calling timeout here, Morgan?
Well, I mean, I feel like they think that they've plateaued and they haven't been able to, continue the sort of run they started with. Some of the things that were working early on are no longer working. So, yeah, I think just taking a moment to be able to decide what have we got to do differently. Is it just shot selections? Is it the execution of the shot selections? Right now, Cassidy is losing patience eventually. It's taking a while.
Yeah.
I've been impressed that he hasn't gone for more earlier, but he's realized the error of his ways, and we're going to find out if he can actually sit in a not just a 10, 15, 20 shot dink rally where he's getting most of the attention. He might have to do it for 40 or 50 because Colin and Ben can do that.
Yes.
And they know that Spencer Smith can do that as well. Spencer's not going to do anything too extravagant,
right.
But they're relying on the kind of risks that Rob Cassidy are taking unsuccessfully.
Oh, just couldn't get that backhand flick, and we're at game point number 2. Great job by Cassidy of forcing that third opportunity here. And that goes deep, and 3 chances have been missed. They've been at 8 since 2017, it feels like. Oh.
Rob needs to just buy one of those over the net.
2/3 in a row, one on each side. Oh, and the problems in the middle before, then we got the paddle clank, and it is 9-10.
So on that occasion, Cassidy, high risk and high reward.
And tune in for that show momentarily.
The ball hung there for a moment. Had a look at who was on the other side and thought better of it.
I don't think so. Game point 4, Colin Johns to Spencer Smith. Oh. And staring at an 8-4 deficit, Colin and Ben Johns rally and take game 1 11-9. What will happen when they switch sides? We'll find out right after this.
How do you get what you want? Eric Weimer, blind man, wanted to climb Mount Everest. My man crazy. but he believed it was possible.
We're going to do it.
And because he believed, he became the first blind person ever to stand on top of the world. Guaranteed Rate believes in your dreams. That's why we treat everyone like we treat our own family and work extra hard to get you the lowest low rate possible. Because if you believe, you will.
All right, welcome back, folks. Johns were pushed in game one in their last match with Callan Dawson and Pat Smith. Pat Smith and Callan were actually able to hold the fort for a second, and then the whole fort and all the surrounding land crumbled in, and they lost 11-zip. So we'll see what happens as Cassidy and Spencer Smith take the good side. There's that quick wrist snap of Rob Cassidy.
0-0-1. Second serve.
Don't see that too often, just caught.
Yeah, he was undecided of where he was heading or staying.
That's such a good ball out of the air and just the right amount of down and angle.
Makes it look easy. It is anything but.
All right, what the beep was that from Rob Cassidy?
Yeah, he either really knows which side the microphone's on, or he doesn't.
That's a ball Johns loves to attack, but I think he was expecting something a little higher. That was a great ball by Spencer Smith there, barely over the net with some pace. Oh, there's that program we mentioned before.
Indeed. He's going to watch this replay, I'm sure. He'll hopefully be able to see the times where it was worth it, and times perhaps not. Yeah, such a good single-handed backhand, Spencer Smith.
Yeah.
Got great control of it.
Yeah, high-level tennis player, when we usually say that, a two-hander comes with it, but he really rips the one-hander. We got the backhands in the middle for the first time because of the switch. There he is down. We hadn't seen it yet. Oh, double bouncer. And back to our regularly scheduled program.
That ball just sailing along. The angle looked to be there.
Yes.
Oh, unfortunate. Great rally, though. Hopefully a sign of things to come.
Yeah, we hadn't seen Cassidy on a knee yet, so it was time. Great drop.
Big play again from Cassidy. Popping the line, flicking that backhand. Plenty of spin, good location.
Does such a good job of getting on top of the ball with tremendous topspin. Three different signals given, but somehow they figured out what it all meant.
Yeah, there's a Google Translate in the middle there.
Again, part of the ritual of the Cassidy experience. Learn the nomenclature.
2-1-1. Point.
Sorry. Thanks, man.
Yeah, one of the very few dink errors you'll see from Spencer Smith on the backhand side.
Yeah, he has been rock solid.
3-1-1.
I had the pleasure of playing a tournament with him last year, and it was exactly that. Very reliable, high-level dinking.
Point.
Pushed off the line there a bit and loses the hands battle.
4-1-1.
Great finish by Rob Cassidy right there.
All right, gentlemen, in the 519 plus, a lot of you have shown up.
Ooh.
Those of you who have not and ready to do so at this time, gentlemen, we will not start you until you have come to the orientation. Russ Patrick, Trey Barron, Derek Tiger, Trevor Sizemore, Josh Jenkins, Aaron Donofrio, Jay Underwood, and Christina Kazuda. I need you all to report at this time outside the big yellow on its ball.
Out.
That is a tough ball that Spencer Smith just finished there.
That was well back behind his head. The sort of power he got on that.
And the wind pushing it even farther. Really, that
fantastic.
looked a lot easier. Man, that was a good ball. For Ben not to be able to handle it.
Yeah, I mean, it's really one of the reasons why the lob has had such a resurgence in recent times. Players are trusting their hand speed to be able to throw up that lob and deal with an overhead coming at them.
And you have to do that, or else you give up the advantage you took.
Yeah.
Because if you push them back and you retreat, why did you lob to begin with?
Yeah, you might as well just stay on the tennis court.
Right. Yeah, just go use a doubles alley.
Exactly.
All right, I think we pulled a different ball out of the bleachers, and that was quickly identified. So,
Here we go. 1-4-2.
And another loose forehand.
2-4-2. Point.
Yeah, there's a sorry, not sorry.
3-4-2.
just so tricky. And so many options.
I mean, he's turning his back to almost the entire course.
Yes.
And with a flick of the wrist, he's able to put that ball in a tricky location for one of the fastest hands in the game. A few cracks appearing now on Spencer Smith as well. That's what pressure will do to you.
And it's, you know, when you have to make the sprint on the unwind, the next ball sometimes you're not set. The rare third drop miss from Colin.
5-3-2.
And you heard Spencer Smith say it there, stupid. Yeah. We would never say stupid. We would say ambitious.
Ambitious
and
ill-advised, perhaps.
Yes. Oh, and CJ has not been attacking much at all with the forehand, just playing very patient pickleball. And now that lead is 4, and the Johns are rolling. Smith and Cassidy say enough, take a timeout. We'll take a quick break ourselves. We'll be back with the conclusion of game number 2.
At Baird, we offer a different, more holistic approach to wealth management. With your career, family, friends, and community, finding time for you and making sure your family's financial plans are on track can be a real challenge. At Baird, our financial advisors get it. We'll partner with you to create a unique financial plan and coordinate with your legal and tax advisors to bring it all together so you have more time for what matters most.
Managing text chains is a hassle. Juggling social media threads is a part-time job. There should be a simpler way to play. At Pickle Play, we do it all. Find an ad course, find and message players, schedule events, create clubs and groups, and so much more. Download the only pickleball companion you need today. Pickle Play. Games for you.
All right, we're back. Dave Fleming with Morgan Evans, and Ben and Colin Johns rallied to win game one after being down 8-4 and now have a 4-point lead of their own. Ben Johns to serve.
And this is a semi-final. The winner will be playing tomorrow for the championship.
And the wall that Spencer has run into a bit hasn't moved.
It has not, unfortunately.
Oh.
Yeah, just took him a little long to get to the kitchen line, and that exposed an option for Johns to drive.
Yeah, and we love that play. If you're unwinding it, drive it at the person running every time. Not every time, but most of the time like that. And now, just out of nowhere, Championship Sunday point right here.
Right here. Who they will meet on Sunday is anyone's guess.
Well, I can guess of a couple options.
Well, there's a couple options. Newman and Wright, they will be taking on Wilson and Kohler.
And there is a glorious finish by Ben Johns. And Ben and Colin Johns have done it. They have advanced. They've struggled a little.
And there it is, ladies.
But the struggle is real, and the results are real as well. So
yeah, they went into the trenches, came out the other side,
let's hear it. What a
and booked a spot in the final.
So 11-9, 11-3, Ben and Colin. Moving on, we will have the first of the ladies' semifinals when we come back.
Podiums are reserved for winners. No one ever said getting there would be easy. So we work, we drill, we train. And while we do whatever it takes to gain even the slightest edge, we found our biggest. Electrum has the most grip for spin and touch without sacrificing any power. Electrum, earn your edge.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Austin Open. Happy to introduce our first finalists heading to Championship Sunday, Ben and Colin Johns. Guys, that was a great match, but you had a couple of slow starts today, either losing or going down in game one. Is that typical for you guys?
I think we have the reputation as being slow starters. We got to put an end to that, so it's not so exciting after the first game. But yeah, definitely something we can work on.
You guys are both from table tennis backgrounds yourselves. Talk a little bit about Rob Cassidy's funky ping pong-esque grip on that paddle. What are the advantages?
He's very quick. That might just be him. And he's just a natural kind of athlete that digs out a lot. He's got great reflexes, so you really can't count him out at any point. I could hit an overhead at him, and he might get it back. He's a ninja out there.
Well, guys, as of January, you are Austin hometown boys. You just moved here. How's it feel to play one in your own backyard?
Oh, it feels great. Absolutely great. This is the first time we ever had a hometown tournament, so I couldn't be happier.
All right, guys, thank you all for your support. These are your hometown favorites right here. You'll see them on Championship Sunday. Dave, over to you.
All right. Austin's own. Moving on to tomorrow. Now the ladies will grace us, so we'll have Kovalova, Smith versus Tarashenko and Stratman when we come back right after this.
I'm going to say she's a solid 3-5.
Nah, she's definitely a 2.5.
Guys, look at that forehand. She's clearly a 3.0.
Guys, come on. I'm at least a 4.0.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Ratings don't have to be hard. Duper. Optimized for accuracy. Optimized for fun. Download the app and claim your free profile today.
Our new EV rental fleet is the absolute GOAT.
Nice. Speaking of goats, is that Tom Brady?
Yeah. He comes in to recharge, get software updates. You know.
Same time next week?
You got it.
Cool. Let's go.
Let's go.
Good afternoon. Dave Fleming here with Coach Mies, Morgan Evans at the Pickleball Central Austin Open. Brought to you by Club Corp, which is the world leader in private clubs. We are at one of their wonderful facilities here at the World of Tennis. And the World of Tennis has become the World of Pickleball here today.
Indeed, Elevation Athletic Club. It is gorgeous. I honestly got lost in the bathroom yesterday, and it took me a little while to find my way back.
Yeah, I'm glad. We're all glad you made it.
Yeah, 3 times bigger than my apartment, so I don't feel too bad about it.
Okay. So we've got the first women's semi and an interesting matchup here. We've got Lauren Stratman and Arina Tarashenko playing together. They just had a nice win over Leia Jansen and Yana Grechkina, and Kovalova and Smith dropped a game. So tell us who they played. They were in trouble themselves.
Yeah, they played Sierra Gayton Lynch and the newcomer on tour, Paris Todd.
Yes, who's coming.
Yeah, she is coming for sure. Sierra, a fantastic player as well.
Yes.
Plenty of height,
yes,
good reach, great power. So it's going to be a team to watch.
Yeah, had pushed them to 3, and
11-9 in the third. They squeaked it out. So we'll see what kind of form they can bring here against a couple of opponents that they know very well. Let's be honest. These 4 players have been on the court numerous occasions.
And there will be no shortage of Callie Smith aggressiveness in the middle here in this match. And this pairing just sort of gelled nicely. First time ever, and they've really been all over it. Kovalova preferring the right side. Smith can play both sides, but likes to be over here on the left.
Yeah. Tarashenko, she has the most beautiful backhand slice.
Yes.
Cross-court dink technique. I hope to see her getting in more of those and really proving a medal.
Kovalova stunned that she overhit that one. Again, the wind at her back. Just spoke to Colin Johns about, is it our perception or the players as well that you'd rather be on the side that Stratman and Tarashenko is, and he's fully agreed with that assessment. Use the wind to knock down your dinks. The dinks on the side that Kovalova and Smith are on will push higher, and the lob is much easier, as we've mentioned, into the wind. So see how that plays out.
Stratman pulling the trigger pretty early on. She's known for that,
oh,
let's
yeah,
be honest.
Yeah.
She's not one to really want to sit in a long, drawn-out dink rally. Largely because the quality of her forehand and that two-handed backhand is usually up to the task.
No doubt.
Launching attacks and finishing things, but this is Callie Smith and Kovalova.
Okay. And that's the first big let's go. Nice job by Stratman to dealing with the Callie Smith attack that set up the finish by Tarashenko.
Oh,
wow.
Two-handed backhand. It's compact, stays out in front, and she gets plenty of power and some serious wrist strength.
The wind is pulling the ball wide there, so the margins were even thinner to find the right side of Kovalova, which is the spot to try and attack. Wow. I'm going to let that go and then still got it in.
That ball just getting to the outside of Tarashenko. So many of these cross-court attacks that are now going wide of the cross-court player. They're proving very difficult. I'm curious how long it's going to take before people start sitting on that, and therefore the middle being more open. And we go back to sort of 2021.
Yes. Do you remember July of 21?
Oh, those were the days.
When cross-court attacks were not even dreamed up
Yeah,
yet.
no one lobbed.
No, the
No
R&D
changed.
department hadn't even thought of that. I mean, the thing with those, though, honestly, is a lot of them are wide, but you just can't get out of the way.
Yeah, the speed in which these girls are hitting makes things very tough.
Oh.
Yeah, Tarashenko was waiting on that one.
Waiting, and then off the tape, and then not really even remotely sorry, but...
It's a veteran play to know you may have just given up an attackable ball and to really squeeze center, try and save your own bacon.
Oh.
Just overreaching slightly.
Always make him hit another ball. Stratman threw it back up there in big trouble, but got the error from Smith. And despite all the power that you know Kovalova and Smith for, they will happily grind points like this, happily.
Yeah, they're not a team that just relies on their strengths. They do look at, which is going to be the path of least resistance.
Smith staring down the line, but I think the Stratman backhand did catch it. Oh, and it's Kovalova with a sneaky little reach in after a very patient point.
That was different. I have never seen her hit that particular attack.
And pull it back across the body of Tarashenko in front of her.
If she had caught the net, we'd all be saying, that was a crazy decision to go after that one. But it went over, so she's a hero.
She is. She is. And just, surprised everyone standing in this booth, that's for sure.
We should probably start sitting.
Uh-oh. Tarashenko returns the favor of the Callie Smith bunny that was missed earlier.
That cross-court dink from
Just
Tarashenko
slides wide, and the sound of a timeout is heard as the Paddle Tech paddle bounces its way across the mid-court area. So we'll take a quick break ourselves. Kovalova and Smith up 4 in game number 1. All right, folks, welcome back. Lucy Kovalova, Callie Smith. playing their steady, patient game, and when power is required, they're adding it.
Oh, beautiful sustained attacks there from Kovalova to begin. And Callie Smith finishing with a giant overhead. That extends their lead. That ball clipping the net and just sailing long. So we'll have a side out, sorry. Stratman serving to Smith. Well, Callie Smith dealt with that initial attack beautifully.
Yeah, the mid-court speed-up's usually, not the best choice, but worked out there. Oh, and the shriek from Stratman.
The question is really, does it register for them that even though they got away with that point, and it's the prior point I'm talking about, that it's still not a tried and true kind of strategy to go towards? Just because you got away with it once does not mean you should try it again, because I think the gravy train runs out pretty quickly on that.
Good hustle by Kovalova, but not a lot of options when you're tracking that down. If you're on the other side, you could throw it way up in the air because the wind would hold it in for you. And Kovalova comes.
Tarashenko.
Yes, Tarashenko.
Sorry.
I saw Kovalova trying to dig it out of her feet. Great move by Tarashenko.
Yeah, starting to look very comfortable with Stratman. Split the difference.
Beautiful ball. Perfect pace.
Yeah. Her typical kind of forehand dinking style has that paddle face nice and open for quite some time, and it really brings people to the sideline more often and can open up the middle just like that one.
So timeout called by Kovalova and Smith. Tarashenko and Stratman within one. We'll be right back.
For many of us, we just charge ahead because planning for your future takes time. And right now, thinking about your financial future takes on new meaning. At Baird, our financial advisors have guided individuals and families to achieve their goals through every crisis evolution and groundbreaking idea for over 100 years. That's the difference between thinking you're ready for what lies ahead and knowing you've planned for it. Now that's different. Discover the Baird difference.
Welcome back. Lauren Stratman and Arina Tarashenko playing some inspired pickleball. Great poach a couple points ago by Tarashenko. And they're within one, and forced Smith and Kovalova, who were feeling very comfortable out there, to call timeout. Matt Wright out coaching up Kovalova and Smith. He's still got work to do of his own today. And that sails deep, and we're knotted at 7.
This one is as close as it gets, and Kovalova has called for the switch, as is tradition for them.
Oh, and Tarashenko cannot believe that. Shake and bake was perfection.
Great serve there from Smith.
And if there's a great serve and you're unwinding the stack, creates pressure on the serve in 2 ways.
Yeah, you always want to reserve the right to call cancel.
Yeah, and you don't get that $200 deposit back, but it's worth it. That's that same ball we talked about on the other side. Great choice. This side, it's so hard to be able to defend trouble with a lob because the wind's going to push it deep.
Oh, I think she just changed her mind at the last second there. Wanted to be a little sneaky.
Hasn't gone down the line much at all. Try and keep Smith honest. Beautiful placement and finish.
Yeah, she keeps such good balance up at the kitchen line. Rarely needs to actually go full flamingo and kick that leg back.
As a Fleming, we're sad to hear that.
Oh, yeah. But I do like your steakhouse.
Thank you. All the fillets, all the time.
It's lovely.
Indecision in the middle, but they get away with it. Oh, my.
Oh.
Callie knows she hit a ball that was as high as her head going out, even despite the wind. But if you make that decision a half a step late, your paddle face is wide open.
Wide, unfortunately.
Okay.
There we go.
There's nothing better than if you make a mistake, no matter what it is, that you get a chance to prove to the world that I get it. I know what a dang out ball looks like, man. Come on.
Adrenaline does a lot of things.
Oh,
Ooh.
Purposeful yas there.
Yeah.
And the crowd senses that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that,
okay.
It gets things going. Ooh.
Okay.
The crowd has something to say there.
All right. Now we're talking.
It's got a little heat up here in Austin.
To go with the 90 degrees.
It only feels like 88. Really.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So we'll get a second serve. And another chance to close this gap. Stratman.
And a little pre-serve whispering.
I'll try and get it in. You're going to try to get it in. Yeah, I'll get it in. Then I'll get the next one in. We're sure it was more elaborate than that, but
maybe not.
No mics on them. Oh, fantastic play from Callie Smith.
took the balls that were up, but purposefully not overhitting till she had one clearly in the strike zone, especially today with the wind swirling. You got to have it just where you want it.
For sure. And the placement of the balls that were lower than that, just not quite in that squashable, all my power kind of range, she placed them perfectly.
Sometimes you got to just accept that you need to roll it deep and not crush it. So, I mean, that's the difference between making it and missing it a lot. And those decisions are critical. So, 9-7. Kovalova and Smith just haven't been able to press it over the finish line here so far.
Not yet, but they're still in command. Some of their best plays have relied on some over-aggressive decisions from the Stratman forehand on occasions. And I think if Stratman and Tarashenko can tighten up on a few of those, Tarashenko is moving beautifully.
Yes.
And hasn't been stuck in many cross-court dink battles at all. She's tried and true in that area. But it is Smith and Kovalova with a 2-point lead.
Yes, timeout was called by Stratman and Tarashenko, so will that stop it? Obviously, that was a side-out timeout. That's one of the more unique spots for a timeout on the way over after you had a chance. I like it. You're not going to get to carry it back. Don't wait till they get to 10. So Callie Smith there ready to serve.
And
both parties were ready to smoke that one, and both parties let it go, and we got a game point.
Yeah.
Nice.
Good power up above from Tarashenko. That'll stop one serve, but they'll need this one to get it back.
Oh boy.
And, that's a fairly easy way to do it.
It's refreshing if you're on the other side. Not even have to hit a return.
They'll need to capitalize now. A quality third ball. Oh, that's one's on
in
me.
the dreams, and you owe her a letter.
That's true.
Okay. We have a woman just strolling her way over to the seats there. Got her situated. Here we go. Ooh, and a couple thirds.
Yeah, it's not exactly what the doctor ordered.
No, they got one, but game point. Number 3, a little bumper cars at the baseline. They got away with it. And Kovalova speeds it up, or excuse me, Tarashenko speeds it up. Kovalova's ready, and game 1, scrappy, a little bit back and forth, but it's Kovalova and Smith winning 11-8. We'll be back with game number 2 right after this.
Children, your DUPER final athlete exam begins now. You, how much does it cost to have a rating?
It's free.
Deckel, how many different types of ratings are there?
2. One for singles, one for doubles.
Cameron, who can have a rating?
Anyone. And world peace.
DUPER, bringing world peace to pickleball ratings. Download the app and claim your free rating today.
Congratulations. You are all smarter than you look.
We are launching Selkirk TV, which brings the best pickleball content to your smartphone, tablet, and big screen TV. This is 24/7 Pickleball, proudly brought to you by Selkirk.
I host the show in the kitchen.
I share my workouts in the kitchen.
I roll one sleeve up in the kitchen.
I stream in the kitchen.
I can't cook, but I'm in this kitchen.
I gave my paddle away in the kitchen.
I help keep you fit in the kitchen.
We're all family in the kitchen.
Let's go!
Game 1 to Kovalova and Smith. And Kovalova will serve. Wind in her face, which has been the preferred side. We'll see. That's going to be fun. And scrappy is the name of that point.
Certainly. Tarashenko did a lot of work to get around that backhand, and it looked like she was in great position to play the ball, but unfortunately with the wind with her now, didn't quite adjust. And Kovalova and Smith are looking like they're going to try and go on a tear. A lot of energy, a lot of pace.
And that's, you know, they've gelled so quickly, and the way they complement each other is what new teams just hope for. We've seen some work and some not so far earlier this year. And there's a ball that's not typically anywhere near the net off the Tarashenko paddle. That stays in.
Oh, beautiful.
And
wow, that's
defense to offense. And, you know, you're seeing why isn't Tarashenko or Stratman or any of the ladies on the court putting the ball away. Well, as we get hotter, we've talked about when we get colder in the desert when we were there, the ball gets quicker. As we get hotter, it's the exact opposite, obviously. So this ball slows down, the pace of play is different, and it's harder to put these overheads away if you don't find ridiculous angles.
Yeah, it becomes kind of Roland Garros
in
the tennis scene, a clay court match where that war of attrition can break out, and cardiovascular strength really comes into play. Your longevity, your endurance, ability to, keep an eye on your shot selections and don't feel like, okay, well, I'm not putting this one out, I'll just hit it harder and harder. You may have to readjust your game plan to suit what's necessary, and what's necessary is a more patient style. Only choosing a trigger ball that's certainly high enough for you to apply all of the power you really need to put it away, because it's certainly going to be more than normal in these warmer conditions.
Yeah, so just the dream start. This is the first serve of game 2 here, and they've already got 4, forced a timeout. Damon Barry and Les Self are our referees here. They'll signal us back in, but this is everything you want after you've gutted out a game 1 win to just come smoking out of the gate with the ball in game 2.
And a welcome side out.
No doubt.
From Stratman and Tarashenko. So it looks like they're going to be trying Stratman on the left.
He's got that heavy two-handed backhand.
Okay, yeah, she held that forehand for long enough, disguised her intent. Worked well.
And was ready for shot number 2. Critical.
Oh, unfortunate. Tarashenko didn't need to be thinking about trying to play a winner off balance, trying to catch herself before the kitchen. Nice work. Stratman does feel more comfortable in front of Kovalova than she did Callie Smith. So
certainly looks that way, and on that side of the court, just can.
Yeah, I'll be curious if Smith and Kovalova are recognizing this and actually make a change, a positional change as well, and see if she follows Kovalova, or if it's just the left side works for me now.
Yeah, I'd be shocked if Kovalova and Smith move out of what they like.
No, yeah, I think you're right.
But a strange selection from Callie Smith there. And that 4-point jump is just one now.
And Stratman feeling it.
Yes.
She's a real confidence player. When she's got it, watch out. When she's got too much of it, watch out as well.
And when she doesn't have it, watch out for all the other reasons. So just watch out.
Yeah, just watch out. Exactly. That's what we're saying here, folks.
So finally able to get that run stopped. So 4 for each on their first time with the ball. Smith hasn't even served in this game yet, and it's 5-4.
Well, maybe she won't have to.
I'm sure they'd love that. 6 more and go shake some hands and tap some paddles.
Yeah, that's well, she had a similar kind of attack in game 1. I think it was a single-hander.
Yeah,
and
got
it worked out, and we all gave her incredible credit. However, that's typically what happens from those low positions.
Yes.
And she'll do well to remember that.
So they get 1. Smith is forced to serve. She will be serving more, as is custom.
Oh, you could give her 100 of those.
And 99 would go over.
Yeah.
But
maybe more.
Maybe 101 somehow would go over out of 100. That was the imposter. But this court positioning is definitely working to set up much better point construction. And they're living by that ball getting attacked right there.
Oh no, confusion. An accidental divorce ball off the paddle of Callie Smith through the middle.
And that's what happens if you're not used to air trafficking the team on the left side. That's a ball Tarashenko comfortable over there with Tattoo as the left side court player. Not that Stratman isn't capable, but
well, there, keep going. Yeah, it's great to see Stratman being able to be her aggressive self. We will have to see if Kovalova and Smith make the necessary changes.
yeah, they get a miss from Tarashenko there. And despite all of this, Kovalova and Smith still have a 2-point lead. That'll be in.
Yeah, great placement. It didn't go for too much. Recognized there was a giant gap on the court, and Stratman was still struggling to return back to her position. So great ball there from Kovalova Smith as we see a timeout.
So we'll take a quick one ourselves here at the Pickleball Central Austin Open.
I'm your 6, ladies.
the world will get back on its feet. We'll help you stay on yours.
What's your secret? Oh, it's no secret. It's the expert help I got at Foot Solutions.
Make an appointment at footsolutions.com.
How do you get what you want? Eric Weimer, blind man, wanted to climb Mount Everest. My man crazy, but he believed it was possible.
We're going to do it.
And because he believed, he became the first blind person ever to stand on top of the world. Guaranteed Rate believes in your dreams. That's why we treat everyone like we treat our own family and work extra hard to get you the lowest low rate possible. Because if you believe, you will.
Folks, we are back. Kovalova and Smith took a tight game number one, and now after scoring the first 4 points, then seeing 4 come right back at them, have a 3-point lead here, looking to make their way to Championship Sunday. And that timeout does not work, and the lead is 4. Just
that's one of those
over
that
cooked.
The
two-hander.
She read it so well that she was early, and that caused the error. Being
too prepared,
too prepared, too perceptive.
Great finish. That was the opportunity she had earlier on a ball in the middle, and great finish by Stratman there. And again, this is what got them back in the match, so stick with it.
Yeah, why not? Beautiful power through the middle there from that Kovalova. When she really lets it whip through, she can generate so much speed.
Yeah, she and Jessie Irvin are the best at using the length of their limbs, literally using the physics of that to whip the ball.
I love me some physics.
And that just sneaks off the tape and kisses itself wide. So Kovalova, Smith, back.
Look like that one caught the net on the way through, perhaps.
Oh,
little long.
Looking for the shake with the bake. That's where high thirds go to die right there. Just can't get any juice.
Not just yet, but it'll come. Oh, an unfortunate net cord there from the Stratman drive. Led to a Smith wide ball. This is to book a spot in the final tomorrow. So a lot on the line. The other semi-final will be the Waters versus Irvin and Parental.
Oh, and there's the Kovalova arm in the air.
Yeah.
There it is.
Such elevation.
Yes.
What is Elevation Athletic Club? So it's
I
a
mean,
good spot for that kind of fist pump.
I mean, this is the home of everything that's elevated. Oh, what a smoked Oh, my goodness.
That was big. That was coming off the confidence
Yes.
of the previous play. So often we see, the men especially, but it can happen to everybody, one great play leading to some shocking decision-making. And luckily, they got away with it there.
And Stratman swings for the hills from the midcourt and follows it up. And we are at Let's Play on Sunday point here.
Yep, Sunday fun day.
A couple of these matches have finished like this, where all of a sudden it was close and then a team runs away with 3 or 4. Here's their chance to finish.
The question is, will they do it by the book?
No, that book needs to be repaginated.
At least not a traditional book.
Perhaps
high percentage pickleball list.
Perhaps something on the Kindle here as a second try. Oh my! I hate to see a match end that way, but Kovalova and Smith are quite happy to take it however you get. Doesn't matter. Let's play. Let's make the gold medal match, and they have done it. So Smith and Kovalova. So that's Kovalova double time tomorrow. We'll be playing in the mixed final as well. We'll be back with the men back on center court right after these messages.
Our new EV rental fleet is the absolute GOAT.
Nice. Speaking of goats, is that Tom Brady?
Yeah. He comes in to recharge, get software updates. You know.
Same time next week?
You got it.
Cool. Let's go.